1 2 1 2. One, two, 1 2. No momento. Let me get into my desired screen. 1 2 1 2. Okay. One, two, 1 2. 1 2 1 2. There are people. 1 2 1 2 1 2. There are people. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Okay. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let me see how this is set up. Setup looks nice. Let me see. Yes. Yes, I'm happy with that. 1 2 1 2. Peds is in the house. How am I sounding, Ped? Tommy Temper is in the house. How am I sounding, Tommy? Analakin Skywalker. I'm just going to call you Skywalker. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there is a time lag between the time when you type and the time when I see you. 1 2 1 2. How am I sounding, guys? Loud and clear, says Tommy Temper. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Let me just take a sip of this. Okay. Okay. And as per usual, I always know there's something missing. I always know there's something missing when I don't hear the music. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. That's nice. Got to get the beats up. Got to get the beats up. Lance Hatcher. Excuse the sniffles. Lance Hatcher is in the house and he has come with the topic. We're gonna get into the BFTB topic. Marcus Lawa, call you Marcus, is in the house. The geezer coming through yet again has become a regular, along with Ped and Tommy Temper. Becoming a strong regular is the geezer, as is Lance Hatcher. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I take it most of you have seen the BFTB debate, my debate with the BFTB. But as a warm-up, as the warm-in, I'm going to give some of those. Ped, have you seen the BFTB debate? My debate with the BFTB. Marcus didn't get to finish it because I went live. I knew there'd be a crossover thing. Marcus questions. BFTB, BFTV, DPB, TB, TB's sanity. Marcus mentions the illegal stream numbers being added and counted as legal counts. Yeah, that is quite bizarre and crazy. I went on last night, went on to BFTB. Guys, you're going to have to excuse me. I'm going to have to get some tissue. Got a bit of a runny nose. Continue to talk on this topic. I will be back in a few seconds. Okay, where are we? Let's get the screen a little bit closer to me. Well, where are we? Where are we? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can see that. Looks good. Sounds clear. Okay, we're talking about the interview with the debate with BFTB. Yes, I know you saw it, Tommy Temper, using the comments. Wicked, excellent. The geezer only seen 15 minutes because my internet keeps dropping out. Who's your internet with the geezer? Who's your internet with? That would be extremely annoying. Skywalker, watch most of it. Skywalker, try and get to the end. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Craig McNulty 1 is in the house. I'm doing very well, Craig. Glad that you could join in the chat. Marcus says Wilder sold 3 million to, yeah, he's mad. He's got some mad narratives. This is actually not the first topic. It's not the first topic, but since people got into it, that's fine. That's all good. I was actually, well, it's the first topic now. And that's good. That's what people want to talk about. I talk about what people want to talk about. Right. I was actually there last night. I had the itch. That interview with BFTB. So, okay, anybody watching this at a later point, watching the recorded version, I will just, and even for people watching now. Okay, what we're talking about is my debate with BFTB. That I made a video out of it. And so if you go into my videos, not anybody who's in here, if you're in here, stay in here. But on the replay, anybody watching this, if you want to know what we're talking about and you go into my videos, obviously just click on the name, click on the icon, my name next to the icon or the icon next to the name, either way, and that will take you to my channel. You will see the debate that we're talking about. It's called My Debate with BFTB. The best fight, the best is an LDBC guy. An LDBC guy, one of their top henchmen. And by the way, everybody smash the like button. I will join in. Boom, it's smashed. Everybody smash that like button. Okay, so yeah, he's one of the leading henchmen for a group called the LDBC. Wilder fanatics, fanatical Wilder addicts. Yeah, smash that like button. I just saw it move. Smash that like button. I just saw it move. Move it again. So, thank you. So, that debate took place. That debate took place some weeks ago. At the time when I edited it, obviously, because there's so much talking over. BFTB talks over people so much that it's hard. My job was to get clips that were clear, minimal talking over, and also clear and salient points were being made. So if you watch the whole thing, it's probably double the length. I've got it down to about 45 minutes. There's probably another half an hour on top of that. But that extra half an hour is inaudible because it's BFTB talking over people. In this particular case, me. So what I had to do, my job was to try and get some space, keep him off with the jab, get some space, get some room to work. And in those, I have managed to capture those moments in a video. And the reason I couldn't upload it earlier is because I couldn't upload it earlier. I was on copper broadband. And it just wasn't having it. I was downloading. It got up to a certain point, seemed like it would go through, and then it didn't go through. So I've had that for a matter of weeks now, when to release it. But as I've stated previously or recently, I've just upgraded. My contract was over with EE, and they gave me an upgrade to fiber, which I didn't know fiber was available around here. But because when they built the house, fiber wasn't available, or they just rolled past. It was an empty plot of land where these houses are built. So I think, yeah, fiber just wasn't available for us. And then my contract expired with EE, and then they informed me the fiber was available at less than the price I was paying for the standard copper. So I said, upgrade me, and I'll pay less. No problem. I don't have a problem with that. I do not have a problem. So I thought to myself, okay, so now we've got fiber. Let's try again. Let's try and upload again. So finally, this morning, well, I went on BFTB last night. I was in the mood. So I went on BFTB and I saw him absolutely annihilating this poor guy. What's his name? Boone? Somebody know Boone? He's a creator. This guy's own channel. Boone. I3 something 3. I3. The Boone man. Ped. Yes. I just logged on to BFTB last night. I had the itch. I haven't had the itch for a while. I've been busy. Been too busy. And then DT3, the Boone man, came up in the chat. Because I'm a mod over there. BFTB made me a mod, people. Because every time I went on, the other mods were cutting me out. They were cutting me out immediately on sight. They were smashing the dislike button when they saw me on sight. But he likes me because when I go over there, I go to debate. I like to debate. He likes to debate. We debate. So he likes me. And I have to confess, I have a grudging appreciation for the fact that he's on there, on his ones, sitting there on his ones, and he takes on all comers. Now, that takes something. I know he's hated, But it takes something. You got to have some stones. You got to have some stones to be sitting down there on your ones and just taking on all comers. And yeah, I don't like his technique, his debate technique. But, you know, I do have to give the guy some grudging appreciation. I see everybody. I'm going to come all to you. I appreciate you being here. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate everybody coming. I do have to give him some appreciation. I do appreciate the fact that he can sit there on his ones and take on all comers. It's like the old fairground fighters. Of course, they had the edge because they're doing it every day. You know, in the days of old in the fairgrounds, you'd have a boxer and he would take on anybody. Anybody who wanted to step foot in the ring, he would take them on. Now, of course, that guy has the edge because he's doing it every single day. But, you know, you have to think in the back of your mind that the day will come. That fairground boxer would have to think in the back of his mind that the day would come when somebody would step in who was utterly and thoroughly prepared. Utterly and thoroughly prepared. You know? So yeah, went over there and the Boone, I saw his name come up. The Boone Man came up. DT3 said he wanted some. I thought this is going to be, first of all, I thought it was a fake. And then I was doing something and I came back and I saw this guy look like the guy. DT3, the Boone Man. And he was talking. And it didn't seem like he was going too well. I thought this can't be him. This must be somebody else. I was looking at the guy and it looked like him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sad to say, because I think the Boone Man's on our side of the fence. But I am sad to say that BFTB put the Boone Man in a torture chamber. It was an absolute slaughterhouse. It was painful to watch. It was a slaughterhouse that night. So, of course, I said, no. We can't have this. So I typed in immediately. I said, well, I said to BFTB, I said, how long is the show going on for? He saw it. Said, yeah, shout out to Raphie, yeah. And then carried on. And he said, I typed again. I said, the grave digger. How long left for the show? And he said, Raphie, listen, I gotta go soon. I've only got about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Yeah, but email me and we will arrange something. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. So there will be another part to it. There will be another part. You've seen the first debate. It was actually the second one. The first one, he cut me off a couple of times within 5 minutes. But you've seen effectively the first recorded debate. And there will be more to come. Long story short, I've got my fiber broadband this morning after seeing what happened to the Boone Man last night. DT3, what happened to him? It was traumatic. It was traumatic having to watch that. I want to get on to Rectify, no go. So I thought, whoa, I have to do something. So I finally tried again to upload the debate, and hallelujah, finally, after weeks of trying, I've managed to upload the debate, the great debate. Anybody who hasn't seen it yet, feel free to check it out later. It's a long one. It's about 50 minutes, but I think it's highly entertaining. That's the feedback I'm getting. Right, let's shout out everybody in the chat before we move on from the intro. Let me see. Okay. Let's get into it. We have Peds in the house. Tommy Temper's in the house. Craig McNulty is in the house. How you doing, Craig? Marcus Lawa is in the house. What is that message? Yeah. Unrivaled Boxing is in the house. Yeah. The Geezer. Skywalker. CMC is in the house. Yo, all of us in the state don't act like those LDBC guys. They're fanboys, and that equals groupies. Yeah, I've got family in the States, CMC, so I know. Definitely. Good to have you in here. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Pablo is in the house. Yes, 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 Pablo. Shout out to the Combat Radio Squadron. Indeed, Squadron in full effect. The Supernaturals. BFTB has to be the worst along with Blue Blood. You know, I've limited my time with those channels. When I first started my channel, I thought I was going to spend my time challenging those channels. But as it's played out, I just seem to be more focused on the boxing than those channels. And I think perhaps I've ignored those channels perhaps too much. You know, when I started, one of my goals and objectives was to challenge those channels. But it came to me, it occurred to me last night. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. But those channels have fallen off my radar. They don't even pop up very much on my recommended views, whereas they used to before, because I don't seem to gravitate over there. I don't gravitate. I've been so focused on my thing that I haven't been thinking about their thing. But really, one of the mission statements of this channel was to challenge those channels. So I think perhaps I forgot about that. So I'm thinking I must reintroduce, and that debate with BFTB is my reintroduction to dealing with that element. I forgot about that element. I kind of forgot about it. I was too busy with the boxing, too busy with this channel to be thinking about them guys, those guys, you know, but they are an ingredient in all of this. They are part of an ingredient. Those channels were one of the main motivational factors behind me joining TBV in the first place. The reason I went on TBV was to challenge those channels, you know. But I guess on reflection, somewhere along the way, I kind of forgot about that to an extent. In the period of the time that this channel's been going, I just kind of forgot about them more and more, to the point where I almost totally forgot about them. But that's not right, because they are an ingredient. They are one of the reasons this channel started up. I must challenge those guys. So that debate, smash the like button, guys. That debate is almost like saying just a wake-up call. Yeah, hey, yeah, they're out there, and I must address them, and I must challenge them to debate. So I'm going to be challenging those guys more and more now that I've remembered that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason for this, you know? So back into the chat. That was the first topic. My debate versus BFTB. Okay. Okay, I'm getting notifications of stuff. Supernatural. BFTB has to be the worst along with Blue Blood. Blue Blood. I've never really got into his stuff. I've just seen his foolishness and I just left it alone. I don't know if he accepts debates. Thanks, bro. CMC says, thanks, bro. Just found your channel a couple of weeks ago and commented a few times. Well, CMC, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. The channel, the chat is growing, and I want all the subscribers and visitors to come into the chat. You know, get it vibrant, communicate, because really I talk to you. It's you guys I talk to. I interact with you guys. So I respond to the chat. It's a mutual chat. It's a two-way chat. Three-way chat, because you're talking to each other as well. So yeah, I encourage everybody, all the subscribers, come into the chat. It's Wednesdays, 9 p.m. UK time, and Fridays, 9 p.m. UK time. And sometimes we do a Monday. We did a Monday just gone. It was a good one. It was a great one, actually. I've listened back to that one from the beginning to end. Okay, that's CMC. Pablo, I saw the debate live. What? You saw the debate? Pablo's a real Winchester man. He's got his Winchester in his lap. If you saw that live, wow. I saw the debate live, Raphie. You went toe to toe with him. You had him in the corner. Then he started playing love songs. If you remember, I left this one out of the video, but he went to get his female neighbor to ask her if she knew who Anthony Joshua was. And when I asked him to ask her if she knew who Wilder was, he declined. So she left his little pad he called her into his flat, into his apartment, asked her one question: do you know who Joshua is? She said no. And I said, ask her if she knows who Wilder is. And he declined. He ushered her out. It's amazing that you saw that live. YouTube algorithm. Does anyone know what happened to McGregor? Boxing stairs? He was sick? Boxing stairs. McGregor boxing stairs. I don't know. I don't know that guy. McGregor boxing stairs. I don't know. I hope he made it. I hope he lived. Shiz Biz, big up Raphie. Big up Shiz Biz. Glad to see you back in the chat. Oh, McGregor is now. Oh, you're talking about McGregor. Okay, McGregor is now unrivaled. Yeah. Oh, and AA boxing and blunts. I look back at the previous episode of this Boxing Talk with Raphie, and I see that you asked me to give a shout out to your youngster. Give a shout to he's watching it with one of your kids, and I didn't see that. So if you're watching with one of your kids today, I'm giving a shout out to the boy, girl, right now. Shout out to AA Boxing Blunts kids. Sorry, I missed that last time. Algorithm, AA Boxing and Blunts. Algorithm, AA. Yeah. Yes. He brought his he brought his neighbor in and asked her if she knew who Joshua was, but wouldn't ask her if she knew who Wilder was. Okay. Yes. Unrivaled is in the house. Fireman is in the house. Big up, champ. Big up to you, Fireman. Nice to see you participating today. Yes, Unrivaled. Wicked. Okay. So, all right. That was a long intro. That was a long. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. It really wasn't an intro. It was talking about the BFTB great debate. I was just relieved to have got it out there. But now we get into the business of... All right, which sheet am I using? Which sheet? Oh, okay. I see. Right. Usyk is out. Smash the like button, folks. Most of you may have heard that Usyk, Alexander Alexander Usyk has damaged his bicep. He was due to fight Carlos Takam in Maryland late May this month in Maryland, America. Injured his bicep. Usyk injured his bicep, and now he is out. Anybody active in the chat by your typewriters, just do me a favor. If you were looking forward to the fight very much to a high level, press type. Actually, type the number, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Type your level of anticipation, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Type your level of anticipation for that fight, Usyk v Takam. Shola Ebo is in the house. Okay, Shola and everybody else, some are coming through now. Type your 10 with 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. Please type the number that represents your level of interest or anticipation for that fight. Okay, keep typing, keep getting them in. People who haven't done it. Unrivaled News 5, medium, mid. Ebo, how you doing? Skywalker 7, Pablo 7.5. Type your level of anticipation. Earn with Hearn. Earn with Hearn is in the house. 8. CMC 7. Tommy Temper 7. I got BFTB to say my name live, but not what I wrote. Ped 7. Earn with Hearn is in here. Interest 10, anticipation 5. Okay, cool. Right. So it's reasonable. There's a reasonable level of anticipation, more than average. More than average. So people are anticipating the fight. So it was more than average. Good. So my question now, because someone came, I forget who mentioned it to me, but someone had a good idea. They said, how about putting Hunter in against Takam to save the Maryland card? Hunter replacing Usyk versus Takam. Usyk can come back later when he's healed. But my question is, Geezer says 8. Yeah, so it's definitely higher than average. People had higher than average Ebo 10. Proper looking. Yeah, people have a much higher than average level of anticipation for that fight. Now, someone suggested to me that Hunter, it would be a good idea to put Hunter in as a replacement, and he could then save the card. But I agreed at the time, but I was thinking about it, and I was saying, hold on a second. Isn't Hunter v Takam, wouldn't that be a good fight for UK? To introduce Hunter, who is a prospective opponent of Joshua. Wouldn't it be a good idea? Wouldn't that be a good idea to have that card in the UK, have that fight in the UK? To acquaint people, get people acquainted with Hunter? Wouldn't that be a good idea to have that card, Takam v Hunter, in the UK? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Unrivaled agrees. Tommy Temper agrees. Hey, Boxing Blunts. I don't know if you heard me when I said earlier on that I missed in the last chat. You said, asked me if I'd give a shout out to your kid who was watching it with your kid. Boy or girl, I don't know. And I didn't see it. So, hey. So What I'm doing is I'm saying if you're watching with your kid now or later on, shout out to AA Boxing and Blunt's child, kid, or children. Yeah, that's a shout out from Raphie to AA Boxing and Blunt's youngsters. Okay, AA Boxing and Blunts. I got confused yesterday. I thought Takam was injured. Now Takam is free to fight. They need to use him on a dance card. Having an American opponent is massive for dance. Yeah, that makes sense. She's listening with me. Her name is Bree. Bree. She's listening with me just now. Her name is Bree. Bree. BR. Bree. Hey, Bree. That's a wave from Raphie to you, Bree. Okay. Right. So, Earn with Hearn. Hunter. Hunter in the UK would make him more marketable for AJ or White. Yeah. Either way, it's a winner. Either way, it's a winner. Get Hunter on in a US card or a UK card. Get Hunter in there. Get Hunter in there. I say UK though. I say UK so that the Americans have already seen Hunter. Get Hunter over in the UK. Get Takam and Hunter over. Put them on a UK card and introduce the UK fans to Hunter. That's what I say. So that's what I'm saying. You're welcome. You're welcome, Blunts. No problem at all. No problem at all. Right. No problem at all, AA and Unrivaled. And Fireman says Hunter would be a good replacement. I hope they don't scrap the card because I was looking forward to seeing Jessica McGaskill get back in the ring again. Okay, that's another good point. That's another good point. That's another good point. Okay, keep on giving your opinions. Unrivaled disagrees. What disagree with what? Unrivaled. What they should do is have Takam, Hunter, and another heavyweight fight, Big Baby Miller, on the same night. You got me with the last line. Need Hunter on dance. Hunter fought what? Hunter fought on Channel 5. Maximum exposure for more eyes. Watched him. Standard Sky now. Okay. Yeah. More exposure. Yeah. There's two arguments. There's two camps. There's two tribes on this. There's two tribes on this. Put him on dance, they say. I can see the logic in both. I can see the line jump. I can see the logic in having him on an American card on dance. Absolutely. I can see the logic in that. It saves the card. But I can also see the logic in them saying, game over here, game in the UK. I prefer Hunter to be built up in the US. Building a US fighter is pivotal for Joshua's American invasion. Yeah, that's the former argument. The two argument: keep him in the US, build him up, get him on dance. The other argument is expose him to the UK fans. Maybe I'm being a bit selfish. I probably just like to see him over here, but the other point of view is perfectly valid. Perfectly valid. Okay, so that's Hunter. Okay, we're gonna have to touch on this now. Yes, build Hunter up for AJ next year. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to touch on this now. Let me take a sip. Smash the like button, folks. Okay, so Tyson Fury is back in the news. It's not necessarily relating to his opponent. Tyson Fury's come out with a very strong statement. He's come out with a very strong statement. And that statement is that he could very well retire within 3 fights. He's got 3 fights. He's got the next one coming up with Schwartz. The one after in October 28th. That will be the second fight. And then he's got a third fight, presumably early 2020. We're currently in 2019. So Tyson Fury is indicating that his contract, he was said to have a 5-fight contract. It's supposed to be a 5-fight contract with ESPN. But perhaps there's an opt-out clause for him or for ESPN after 3 fights, because he's talking about the potential for retiring within 3 fights or after he's had 3 fights. So the question is, this is part 1, this is A. The question is, buy or sell? Anybody who's at their computer right now, their keyboard right now, has access to their computer right now. First of all, smash the like button if you haven't already. And secondly, type buy if you're buying it, or sell if you're not buying it. Buy or sell. Tyson Fury retiring after his 3rd fight on his ESPN deal. Do you buy or sell? Hit the key button. Hit the keyboards. Buy or sell. And while you're doing that, I'll give you my opinion. Fireman, I see you. Thank you. Buy or sell. Or don't care. Buy, sell, don't care. Those are your 3 options. I'll give you my view right now. Tyson Fury is a perplexing character. I don't know if anyone who doesn't know him could say they know him. There's certain people you can think, yeah, I have a pretty good idea what this person's like. I have a fairly good idea what this person's about. Keep those opinions coming in. Buy, sell, don't care. But with Tyson Fury, I really don't. I haven't got a handle on the guy. I really don't think I have a handle on the guy. So for him to say he might retire after 3 fights, we could all say, nah, I don't believe you. And then he could do it. He's the type of guy who could actually go and do that. Tyson Fury can do the unexpected. Seems like the type of guy who you could think is going to take a left and he goes right. I don't really feel like I have a handle on the guy. I have an idea. I think I have an idea. But do I really have a handle on the guy? It's very tricky. Tyson Fury is a tricky customer to understand. Seems like a difficult customer to understand. Okay, I'm going to get into the opinions of the chat. Fireman says Fury is looking for attention, in my opinion. Could be. Perfectly plausible. Fireman says sell. Unrivaled doesn't care. Pablo, Fury's playing mind games again. Sell. Unrivaled. Fury can take a nosedive off a cliff. I don't care. Earn with Hearn. Sell. The geezer. Yeah, agrees. Pablo, he's a master manipulator. Now that I agree with. Tyson Fury, if he's a master of anything, it's manipulation. He's a master of manipulation. That I totally agree with. The geezer, bye. Big baby farmer in the house. Good to see you. Smash the like button, big baby. Big baby farmer has a personal knowledge and relationship with Fury. He bought a caravan. He actually sold Big Farmer a caravan and donated the money to charity. That's actually another part of the question, Big Farmer. Boxing Blunt says if he beats Wilder in the second and AJ in the third, he will retire. Someone did ask. Yeah. Hey, I will put my caravan up. I'll put my caravan on it that Fury will not be fighting either Wilder or Joshua this year. I'll put my caravan on it, and I'll leave you a crate of Stella. I'll throw in a crate of Stella as well. Not crate, a case. Shola Ibufin, Ebo, sell, buy. Let me count up these things. Yeah, okay. That's too many. It's sell. It's sell. There's a few buys. It's 75% are buying, 25% are selling. Where do I fall on this? Tyson doesn't know. You see, that's what I believe. I believe he doesn't know himself. He himself doesn't know. He'll put something out as an idea because he might feel that way. I might feel that way. Do I feel that way? I might feel that way. I'm a rich man. I can make my own decisions. I can make decisions. I'm a rich man. If I don't want to get out of bed, I don't have to get out of bed. I think that Tyson himself is not 100% sure about his feelings on this. So if the man doesn't know himself, how could anybody else know? Well, it's 75% sell and 25% buy. I am going with the sell. I'm selling it, but I would not be shocked if it turned out to be a buy. So the 25% could easily be right. No, I don't have a caravan. My neighbor has a caravan and he lends it to me sometimes, but it's not mine. I should have said I'll sell you my neighbor's caravan. Yeah, I'll get you. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, he won't retire until he's fought either Wilder again or Joshua. I agree with that. That's from AA Boxing. Okay, so there's a part 2, or is it B? Actually, there's a B and C to this question. Is Tyson Fury genuinely ill? That is my question. Yay, nay, or not sure, or don't care. Does he, not ill, I should say, does Tyson Fury genuinely have a mental condition? Yay, yes, no, or not sure. That is my question. People are responding quickly. People are by their keyboards. Smash the like button if you will. That would be appreciated. Let's get into this straight away. Fireman says he wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if he retired. I really wouldn't. I think I'm 50-50. I'm bang in the middle. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't fight either Joshua or Wilder next year, 2020. I should have done a poll. I think if he does fight them, the soonest he fights, it's too ambiguous. You never know with Fury. That's the whole thing. Shizbiz. Fury, for sure, has a mental condition. Pablo, yes, defo. Earn with Hearn, not sure. Big baby farmer, yeah. I have to go with yes. At first, I thought he was putting it on, pretending. I don't know anymore. I think for real, something is going on upstairs. He's certainly off kilter. For him to have allowed himself to balloon the way he did as an athlete, that in itself is a sign of dysfunction. For him to blow up the way he did, it's a big sign of dysfunction. Yeah, there's some big guys in his family. His brother Shane is a plump, very plump fella. But as an athlete, to allow that to happen to you and not get yourself back in check, anybody can put a stone on. Anybody can put a stone and a half on. Can even go up to 2 stone. But when you're going up into like 5, 6 stone, 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 200 pounds, adding 200 pounds to your frame, adding effectively another person to your frame, to me, that's just, that in itself is a sign of some mental dysfunction. That is mental dysfunction in itself. Hey, boxing, I'm done with him. I actually binned the team. I actually binned by Team Fury. Oh, bought Fury merch when he refused to oh, you binned. That's what you're saying. You actually threw away some Fury merch when he refused a rematch with Wilder. Wish him good health. Hope he beats Schwartz. Hope Schwartz beats him. Oh man, yeah, that was a bit rough when he ran away from that Wilder fight. I understand, but it was still rough on the fan. As a consumer, I was disappointed. For him, I understand. As a consumer, I was disappointed. Fireman, how do people in the UK feel about him? Fireman, where are you from? I thought you was from the UK. Feel about him? There's a little bit of madness there. There's mixed emotions on Fury. I think people feel better about him now. He's come back a bit. I think people feel better about him now in general or in recent times than they did originally when he was the drug cheat, when he's considered a drug cheat. You know, when they got banned or the period when he retired and then went on the booze and the drugs and stuff. People felt very bad about, a lot of people felt bad about him. He still had a hardcore following and he still maintains a hardcore following. But I think people the wider populace have a more positive feeling about him now than they did originally. Earn with Hearn. Geezer says not sure. He's not sure. Where are you from, fireman? Oh, you live in Florida. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Right. Yeah, so that's how people feel about him. The geezer says not sure. With Hearn. He lost self-control. To be a boxer takes mental strength. And he broke. He snapped. Is he fixed? Will he ever be fixed? I don't know. That's part of the enigma of Tyson. That's part of the enigma of Tyson Fury. Fury lost Ricky Hatton's fighting weight. Fighting weight. Yeah. His weight. That's impressive. Well, yeah, he is impressive, but he put it on in the first place, you know? Unrivaled boxing. I went to Wilder Fury, traveled from Ireland to call, watch one of the best events ever. 2 months later, Tyson ruined it. $6,000 gone. Whoops. I was going to go too. That was unrivaled. Okay. Yeah, Fury is a polarizing figure. He is a polarizing figure. I don't have a problem with him being polarizing. I don't think he said too much that I found too crazy. But anyway, so, and C on the Tyson Fury question. Did Tyson Fury give his Wilder purse to charity? The question, remember the question. You see, the answer is the yes. I believe so, which is a yes. No, which means I don't believe so, or I'm not sure, or don't know. So, do you feel Tyson Fury did what he said he was going to do and gave his Wilder purse to charity? And while you're populating the chat with the answer to that, your answer to that, yes, he gave his purse to charity. No, he did not give his purse to charity, or not sure. Okay, so populate the chat with your answers. Do you think Tyson Fury gave his Wilder purse to charity? Yes, he did. Yes, you think he did. No, you don't think he did. Let me just draw these blinds. It's really tight around here. Yes, you think he did. No, you don't believe he did. Or you're not sure. Okay. Right. Probably not. Earn with Hearn, probably not. The geezer. His views are definitely not liberal. Big baby. Farmer. No. He gave a lot of it to a specific charity. I know he did. Pablo, I believe, says Unrivaled. Pablo, I believe Tyson has given a lot of money away. AA, he gave it to his own charity that helps the homeless. He donated some to a homeless charity. I know he did. Same. I believe Tyson has given away a lot, not just from the Wilder fight. If anyone believes he gave his purse to charity, I got some mermaid slippers for them for the sale. Okay, and my conclusion. I believe Tyson gives money to charity. That I do believe. However, I object to anyone saying they're going to give a whole bunch of this. I'm going to give my purse to charity and then not do it. I think that's objectionable. I believe he's a charitable man, but making such a large statement and then not fulfilling it, I'm not cool with that. I am definitely not cool with that. Yeah, so I'm not cool with that. But I do believe he gives money to charity. But saying you're going to give your purse to charity and they're not doing it, definitely not cool with that. Definitely not cool with that. Okay, Unrivaled. I know him. Relatives. AA. If you knew what he did outside the ring, if you knew what he does outside the ring, you would know what he does. And with Hearn, if you wanted the Wilder fight on ESPN, he got robbed in the first Wilder fight. Won't fight away from Showtime. Not for Fury or AJ. Won't fight on Showtime. Not for Fury or AJ. Fury has traveled twice for belts. Says Earn with Hearn. Okay. Shola. Both in. Agreed. Okay, so the conclusion of that is Tyson Fury is a charitable man. Tyson Fury has genuine health problems. You know this. Tyson Fury has genuine mental health issues, charitable mental health issues, and we don't feel he's about to retire. Okay, that's Tyson Fury. Next thing. What time is it? Okay. Pressing on. We're pressing on. Turn the music up. Turn the music up. Okay. Hearn says Ortiz can get it with AJ next. Do you want that fight for AJ next? Is my question. Do you want that fight next? Or are you scared of the rigmarole? Is it going to be, that's a yes or no, folks, or not sure. Populate the chat with that, please, the response. Or do you feel Matchroom Dans are just letting themselves in for a load more rigmarole? Another song and dance. Will Ortiz lead them on another song and dance, a merry dance? Do you want Matchroom, DAZN, to try and make that fight next for AJ? Yeah, he just says maybe. Okay, so that's the question. Eddie Hearn has said Ortiz can get it next if he wants it. Would you be happy to see that fight next? Yeah, Pablo says he wants Wilder and AJ next. We know that Wilder will not entertain that thought. Was that Monday? I think we did that on Monday. We talked about Wilder declining. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. Wilder's not having it. Wilder is okay. So let's talk about this for a second then. Let's say why Wilder's not going to do it. Yeah, Wilder came out in an interview. Wilder came out in an interview. I think it was with Blue Blood Sports. I think I've done a video on this. Have I done a video on this? I've done a video on this in the last few days. Anybody who hasn't seen the video, please kindly feel free to go into my videos, select it, and the topic comes up. Wilder declines the offer. Wilder would decline a 50-50 offer. Wilder said himself, I would decline a 50-50 offer. Smash the like button, folks. Wilder said himself, I would decline 50-50 this year. I would most likely decline 50-50 this year in 2019. We have plans. We have plans. We have things in line. And then I discussed this on the Monday show, and then Shelly Finkel was on the Boxing Voice the previous week. And Shelly Finkel, when asked, is it already inked? Shelly Finkel said, we have had talks with various parties, but that's just in the talking phase. Nothing is inked. There are no contracts signed for Deontay's next fight or fights. So things are very much open. We will reopen negotiations or talks with AJ's side in the coming year, 2020. So Wilder has already declined. Wilder has declined. So the question is, would you like Eddie Hearn? Would you like Eddie Hearn to make that fight? Would you like to see Eddie Hearn make the fight with Ortiz? People, please respond to that question kindly. Yay, nay, or other. Yay, nay, or other. I'm talking about the Ortiz fight. I'm asking people, would they like to see Eddie Hearn make the Ortiz fight as AJ's next fight? Okay, so let's try and see what people are saying about Ortiz, the Ortiz fight. Would you like to see the Ortiz fight after? Right. Pablo, yes, Ortiz would be great. Earn with Hearn. Oh, sorry, the geezer. Yes, but it's not going to happen. Wilder wants him next. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wilder wants him next. He's not even on the menu. Fireman. Nay, because he's too damn greedy. Yeah. Yeah. He's too damn greedy. Unrivaled. Ortiz for sure. Yeah. Well, that would be good. We escape my attention. Yes to Ortiz. Yeah. Yes to Ortiz. We escape my attention for a second. Versus AJ. Yeah. We escape my attention for a second that Ortiz is not going to be available. Ortiz, as we already know, is going to be fighting Wilder. That escaped my attention. What the hell was Barry Hearn talking about? He almost had me fooled. He had me hoping that could happen. Totally forgot about Wilder. Earn with Hearn. Ortiz only satisfies the LDBC crowd. For me, Ortiz brings nothing to the table at this time. I'll tell you what he brings to the table, Earn with Hearn. What he does for AJ is he gives him that scalp. He gives him the scalp. He's being held aloft. Ortiz is being held aloft by the LDBC. He's been held aloft as the guy that everybody's scared of. Everybody apart from Wilder. If Joshua manages to get Ortiz in that ring and puts him through the ropes, knocks him into the second row, that takes the legs out from the LDBC narrative pertaining to Ortiz as being the bogeyman, the man everybody apart from Wilder is scared of. Pablo, I think Ortiz is on pet. Yeah, well, I can't say I disagree with your position. Pablo says, I think Ortiz is on the special stuff. That's why I backed down. Yeah, that's why I wasn't available. He made himself unavailable. Unrivaled. AJ versus White, to me, it's always going to be there. I don't think there's a rush for that fight. I think that that fight can happen next, later on in the year. But I'm not concerned that White and Joshua didn't happen earlier in the year. I'm not concerned about that at all. Later on in the year, I'll be perfectly happy to watch it. I'll be there. I'll have a ticket. But ideally, I wanted to see White go the WBC route. I wanted White to go the WBC route and get to Wilder. I wanted to see White have a crack at Wilder, but Wilder's not having none of that. Wilder, it appears, is shook about AJ and White. I think he's as shook of White as he is AJ. Excuse me. Shiz biz. Oh, the geezer says, sorry. The geezer says, who could AJ fight next? Well, AJ's got Ruiz next. And then later on in the year, it looks like, to me, I think it looks like it's going to be White. He's done one in the US. He's going to come back to the UK. Who's he going to fight? He's going to fight White. Personally, I really want to see White go the WBC route. But it could easily be White in the UK. One over there, one over here. That was in reference to the geezer. Earn with Hearn. Ortiz has been badly KO'd by Wilder and looked bad in his last fight. I think so. That's with Earn with Hearn. I think that's why Wilder wants him again. Wilder wants him so he can give him that what do you call it? Stavern. You can give him that Stavern treatment. Have him kind of, just totally kind of making shapes on the bottom rope. That's why he wants him. That's why Wilder badly wants him. Just imagine if AJ got Ortiz. Just imagine if AJ did to Ortiz what Wilder did to Severn. The whole LDBC world would implode. Dillian has proven himself as the most improved fighter in the division. I think so. Says unrivaled. I think so. I think so. She's biz. Ortiz against top guys is a mismatch. He looked poor in his last fight. I think so. I think so. She's biz. I think he's a big name waiting for somebody to absolutely cracker him, cream him. He's next. Whoever gets him first, and it's going to be Wilder. It's going to be a highlight reel for them. It is going to be a highlight reel for them. That's why Ortiz's name is at the premium. He's got big name recognition amongst the non-casuals, but I think he's probably gone. He's probably gone. He was on the verge. He was on the verge of being gone a couple of years ago. He was on the verge of being gone a couple of years ago, and now I think he's gone. Whoever gets him, and it's going to be Wilder, is going to get a highlight. He's going to make a highlight reel out of him. That's why he's so protected. They're so protective over him. They're going to make a highlight reel out of him. Nobody's afraid of Ortiz. Nobody's afraid of Ortiz. He's got nothing to offer but his name. That's fine, man. Nothing to offer but his name. But it's a big name to offer. Big name to the non-casuals. White Ortiz, but again, Unrivaled said he liked White Ortiz, but again, in light of recent events, I think we can safely assume and safely believe that what the white side has been saying has been true. Ortiz has been ducking them and pretending that they're ducking him. Ortiz might be the most protected fighter in the heavyweight division. On the down low. Ped, till this day, yes, it's being protected. Ortiz is the most protected. That's my statement. Ortiz, actually, that's my next video. There's my pen. Ortiz is the most protected fighter in the heavyweight division. It's a toss-up between him and Wilder. And the reason he's protected is because they want him for Wilder's what do you call it? Highlight reel. Twice. Fighter in the heavyweight division. Besides Wilder. Okay, where are we with the chat? White Ortiz would be great to see. Yeah, they're not going to the LDBC, not the LDB, the PBC. PBC are not going to let you or I see White v Ortiz. They're not going to let it happen. They're keeping Ortiz. It's like they got him in a cryogenic chamber. It's as if they've got Ortiz in a cryo. In fact, did anybody see Ortiz during this period of negotiations? Nobody saw Ortiz. The PBC have Ortiz in a cryogenic chamber on ice, keeping him for Wilder. When the time comes, they're going to defrost him, pull him out of the chamber, defrost him, put some whatever, the right stuff in his veins, de-icer in his veins, and they're going to wheel him out for Wilder. And Wilder's going to crumple him within 3 rounds. AJ could fight Ortiz, won't let it happen. Hunter, that can happen. White, that can happen. Or Pulev, yeah. Says Unrivaled. I agree with the Hunter, White, or Pulev. But even then, Pulev is a tricky customer. Pulev is dealing with Jenny Suchet. Pulev, Unrivaled, doesn't have a license to fight in California. Now, Will New York follow suit? Will they revoke his license? Under the scandal that's going on? Interesting. The geezer. That's it. Who else is there? Well, there's White. There's Pulev. Oh, no, sorry. Pulev might not be. There's White. There's Hunter. Kawanaki. He's PBC. They won't let him fight White. I mean, they won't let him fight Joshua. On a down low, they won't let him fight. The reason, and let's get into this, the reason they're allowing Ruiz, you could say, well, Ruiz is PBC, but they're allowing him to fight. And the reason PBC are allowing Ruiz to fight is because he's just come on he's just joined the stable. He's just recently joined the stable in the last few months. Ruiz is not blue chip PBC. He is not a blue chip Al Heyman guy. Remember, Ruiz, was it Arum? Arum called him a fat slob. Arum called Ruiz a fat slob before he let him get out of the contract with Top Rank. Yeah, so Ruiz, up until now, is an unheralded fighter. He got the WBO clash with Parker, but, you know, Arum didn't speak very highly of him. Aesthetically, I think Arum was displeased with him. Arum knew that if he was more aesthetically pleasing, he could make more money off him. But that's part of the reason I feel good for Ruiz. Now, despite all his setbacks, he's now got a multi-million-dollar fight. And I have to say, I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy for the guy. So anyway, back to your question. White, Hunter, the top are the names that come to mind. White, Hunter, theoretically Pulev. Or could Pulev fight in the USA with the Jenny Suchet thing going on? I don't know. White and Hunter have to be the top names for Joshua right now. Right. Unrivaled says White Ortiz is the great LDBC hope. I think they know his days are over. His days are over. Ortiz's days are over. They're keeping him warm for that highlight reel knockout for Wilder. It's sad. He had to turn down $7 million. $7 million. Will he get even half of that against Wilder? I don't know. It's very sad. I don't know what kind of hold they've got on him. That must be one hell of a restrictive contract. The LDBC wouldn't give Joshua any credit. They'll say they'll switch it around and say he was old. Ortiz was old. Ortiz was an old man all of a sudden. But if Wilder beats him, it'll be a different story. That was Fireman. Earn with Hearn. Usyk is out injured right now. Usyk won't be ready. Usyk will have to have a first fight at heavyweight. So when will that be? Late this year? Late this year. So Usyk wouldn't be ready to be Joshua's next fight. Joshua's next fight will be later this year, maybe October this year, November. Usyk wouldn't be ready. That will be Usyk's first fight. Usyk won't be ready till 2020, early 2020, in my opinion. That's Earn with Hearn. No, not for muscle tear. So why didn't Ortiz fight Klitschko? Ortiz fight Klitschko? That's a good question. I think Klitschko would have took care of him. Was that an economically sound fight? Was that a big money-making fight? Having said that, Klitschko fought lots of guys with lesser names. So yeah. I don't know the history of Ortiz and Klitschko, why that didn't happen. I don't know the mechanics behind that. Ortiz is a fossil. That's why it's protected. Yeah, it's fragile now. It's getting to be a fragile stage. I think Ortiz beats Wilder the second time around. Fireman says that. Oh my gosh. Fireman, please give me your money. I'll put money on that. We will have a little friendly bet, Fireman. Luis Ortiz is a fossil, says Unrivaled. She's biz. Did Pulev do that on purpose to get out of the AJ fight? Kissing Jenny Suchet. You know she's suing him for 600,000 K dollars. 600K dollars. She's proposing to sue him with her manager, her lawyer, sorry, Madeleine Albright or something like that. A Me Too movement. Earn with Hearn. I think Wilder would spark. I think Vladimir would spark Wilder even out of retirement. Yeah, I do too. Potentially. I don't think Wilder would take the fight for a briefcase of gold bars. Neither do I. Big Boys Boxing is in the house. What's up, Big Boys? I sorted out that problem with the Big Boys. I sorted out the problem with the length of the video. It wasn't anything other than my broadband. I was previously on copper, then I got upgraded to fiber, went through fine. So if you get a chance, Big Boys, I think I've sent you the link to the video, me and BFTB and me in a debate. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Highly entertaining. I win. Spence, what do you think of Spence? Spence v. Porter on Fox. Preview confirmed. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Spence and Porter. That's been confirmed. Yeah, I knew they were in talks. Didn't know it was confirmed. I don't know why Porter's taking it. He's going to lose to Spence. I don't know why Porter is taking the fight because I don't see him winning. He's going to get beat. Pure and simple. Spence is going to put that work on him. Porter's best chance is the headbutt. Porter's best chance is going in with his head like he likes to do. He's going to get beat about the body and head. I don't give Porter much of a chance at all. I thought he'd have held on to his belt a bit longer, fought some nobodies, made some money, and then fight Spence. I don't understand the logic unless he really thinks he can beat Spence. Unless he thinks he can beat Spence. And I don't see it. I don't see Porter beating Spence any day, anytime. She's biz. Ortiz is food. Ortiz is food. He is food. It's fish food. Food for the fishes. Big Boys Boxing. They're going to save Kawanaki for Wilder too. They're going to save Kawanaki for Wilder. They're not going to let any AJ near Kawanaki. Hold on. So it seems as if Kawanaki's under different trains in the same gym as Miller, but he's under different management. Because Kawanaki's PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, but Miller is not. That's interesting. That is interesting. That's very interesting. And Big Boys, where does Joseph Parker fit in the mix? Because they need a non-PBC guy floating around in the mix. Where does Joseph Parker fit in the mix? He's going to be needed again. The heavyweights is getting overpopulated with PBC guys who won't fight non-PBC guys. This is getting ridiculous. And with Hearn, Kawanaki is fighting Ariola next, I believe. Yeah. And then Wilder late in the year. So it seems. Hold on. When is he fighting Wilder? If Wilder's fighting Breezel next, then he's fighting Ortiz, then Kawanaki would be 2020, early 2020. They need to work on Kawanaki. Eddie Hearn needs to have some people, who just smooch some of these boxers. Just take them to dinner, talk to them about the Dan's way. You definitely need some PR with some of these guys. Jay Cleary is in the house. Welcome, Jay. Good to see you, bro. She's biz. Spence was a big PPV star. a few days ago. Spence was a big PP. Yeah, well, the narratives change. Ariola is easy work for Kawanaki. Ariola is easy work for a lot of people. Big boy boxing. Yeah, earn return. There are no standalone PPV stars in USA right now. Well, Canelo's on Canelo is on Dan's. Yeah, not enough money in it for Klitschko with the risk involved. Yeah, that's the Wilder fight I think you're referring to. Jake Cleary just got in. Big up, Jake. Good to see you in here. Yes, respect, Jake. The Giza, BBB, can understand that. So no ducking involved then. Just found your channel, Del Boy, Boxing News. Just found your channel. What do you make of the Jamel Herring versus? I don't know. I really don't know. Del Boy's Boxing. I haven't looked into that one. I don't know about that fight going down at all. Big Boys Boxing. Excuse me. We done. Big Boys Boxing. Yeah, I've just started watching that BFTV vid. I haven't got through it yet though. Yeah, Big Boy BFTV chewed up a guy. What's the name of that guy, Ped? Chewed up creator, video maker last night. He chewed him up so bad that I thought I'm gonna have to release that vid now. I'm gonna have to release my vid as a counteraction. What's the name of that guy who chewed up last night, guys? Remind me in the Boom. Was it Boom? Boom Boxing? Boom? Oh, it was like a slaughterhouse in there. It was like a slaughterhouse in there. Thank you, Jake Cleary. The Boom Man. The Boon Man. It was like an absolute slaughterhouse. An absolute slaughterhouse. It was terrible. It was a terrible thing to behold. Terrible thing to behold. Parker should be in the States next. Matchroom Dance. Parker signed with Matchroom. Wow. Announcement coming. Okay. Yeah, they need to get him over. They need to get him over to the States. They need to get Parker over to the States. Earn with Hearn. Raphie, you destroyed BFDB and fed him sausage. Jake Cleary. Gremlin runs next door. Yeah, he actually did go next door. He actually went next door. He actually did go next door. That's Jake Cleary and Earn with Hearn. You saying that he smashed me, bro. I was thinking, well, actually, I feel as if I smashed you, bro. So I thought, let me put it out there and let the people decide. Let the people decide. Hey, Boxing, anyone expect to see Joyce, Gorman, or Dubois fighting each other in July? Fighting each other? No. No, I do not. Fireman says BFTB chewed up DT3. Oh, did you see that, Fireman? Did you see that? I felt sorry for the dude. I'm gonna have to rewatch it to see if what I saw is what I actually saw, because it looked like a slaughterhouse. Yeah, the USA guy, the boom man. Oh my lord, he wasn't ready. He was not ready. Yeah, I'll be streaming again. I mean, to be honest with you, it might sound unpopular, but I enjoy my debates with BFTB. As difficult and as awkward as he is, I actually enjoy I actually enjoy the the process of trying to get your point across to somebody who's coming with an alternative way of thinking. I enjoy the process. I didn't see a lot of fights on the weekend. I didn't see a lot of fights this weekend. My work schedule means that I miss out on a lot of shizzle. So what I do is I only talk about the things that I have seen. You know what I'm saying? Never talk about anything that I haven't seen. You know, I do tend to catch up with things during the week sometimes, and sometimes I do not. But all the topics you see me raise are things that I've seen and know about. But I never talk about fights that I have not seen. Big Boys Boxing. Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'll be back over on BFTV when I get the time. I spoke to him yesterday. We're going to arrange something. So, we're going to get in the ring together again. No. Okay. Yeah, you didn't see it. Yeah, I hear you. I rarely watch it. I just randomly clicked on and then saw, because I'm a mod there, by the way. He made me a mod. Saw some Boom Boxing, say he wanted to get on. I've seen his name before. I said, really? You sure? I went away, came back, and he was on getting chewed up. Jem. Jem J from the Boxing Voice has visited me. That's very nice of you, Jem. It's good to have you in the chat. Good for you to join in. You're most welcome to come in. You're most welcome. Okay, now we're moving on. Yes, you're most welcome, Jem. I know you always give me a warm welcome over there. You get a warm welcome over here. Oh, man. Funny. Right, we're moving on. AJ says Miller. Okay, this is like getting to the final stretch. AJ said Miller was probably listening to the bodybuilder down the road. I made a video on it. AJ says Miller was probably listening to the bodybuilder down the road. Now, folks, where are we? Do I still have that soundbite? Do I still have the soundbite? Give me a second. Let me pull that soundbite up from AJ. Let me pull that soundbite up. Bear with me. These are my videos. Miller was listening to the bodybuilder down the road. Let me see if I can get this up. Let's kill that. Kill the music. Bodybuilder down the road. Okay. Is that what happened to Big Belly Jarrell Miller? He just came into the game with his promoter. He had to look at his nutrition. He had to sort out his nutrition for himself, his nutritionalist, his physiotherapist. When the physio had to find my own nutritionist. So what I found myself doing sometimes is I was training in like normal gyms, listening to the bodybuilder down the road. Training in normal gyms, listening to the bodybuilder down the road. So that's what AJ has to say about Miller. He was training initially when he got into it. He was training in normal gyms. AJ was training in normal gyms. And it cracked me up when I heard it. That's why I made a video. Cracked me up. Big Belly Miller was training in normal gyms. And therefore, instead of, AJ said when he became professional, When he became professional, he had to go out. All he had was his promoter. He had to go out and find a nutritionist, a nutritionalist. He had to go out and find a physiotherapist. He had to go out and find all the different elements that constitute a team. Excuse me, I got the sniffles. That constitute a team. He had to go out and find that, make that for himself. He had to go out and build his team. But now, in Big Belly's case, it seemed like he was just hanging out with the guys from down the gym, literally listening to the bodybuilder from down the road. And so they would have given him some pharmaceutical advice. It seems like Miller was getting pharmaceutical advice instead of nutritional advice. So he's getting his pharmaceutical advice from the bodybuilder down the road, and it's worked in his early career because he's not getting tested. Smash the like button, folks. Smash that like button. He's getting pharmaceutical advice. Big Pharma Miller. Absolutely. He's getting pharmaceutical advice instead of nutritional advice. And it's working for him because he's not getting tested early in his career. And he doesn't go anywhere near the WBC, WBC clean boxing program. So he's staying away from tests. The only test he's getting is an injection. Yeah. The only tests Big Belly Miller was getting is an injection. Absolutely. Is an injection. So inevitably, as he rises through the ranks, he keeps on with his bad habits. Where's the music? He stays with his bad habits and eventually, ultimately, gets caught out. You know? So, Big Belly Miller getting caught out. And AJ goes on to say, oh, yeah, that's the question, isn't it? That's the question. AJ goes on to say that he would fight. He would have fought Miller, even though Miller was juiced up. He would have fought Miller on peds. So the question is, would it have sent a negative message? Hit the like button, folks. We're almost done. We're almost through. Would it have sent a negative message if Joshua would have fought Miller on peds? In fact, that's not even the question. Scrub that question. Forget that question. The real question is, when Miller does come back, and I'm going to need a vote on this. When Miller does come back, do you think it will send out a poor message if Joshua fights him again within 12 months? Would you approve of Joshua fighting Miller again within 12 months of Miller coming back after his 6-month suspension? So the question, to be clear, so the answers can be yay or nay. The question is, would you approve of Joshua fighting Miller within the next 12 months? Or do you think that's a yay? I don't care is another option. Or do you think it would send out a negative message with Miller just coming back from a drug suspension? So, yay or nay? Would you approve of Joshua fighting Miller again within the next 12 months? Okay, so the people are populating. Yeah. Take care, Unrivaled. Take care. Yes, Jake. Jake spreading the good word. Okay, so The responses are, yeah, big boys boxing. Big boys boxing says big needle equals small hazelnuts. Yes, I would have to concur. Jem J says big baby messed himself up and his family. Of all things, big cheek, left cheek, right cheek. Ped, I don't care whether he fights AJ in the next 12 months or not. Pablo, he doesn't deserve the payday. I agree with that. Big boys, boxing. I think the question is, how good is Miller when he's clean? Wow, that's a big question. Should he have to prove himself worthy of the title shot when he's not juiced up? Yes, of course. He has to come back and he has to work his way up. Remember, he's out of the rankings now, and he will remain out of the rankings for the next 6 months. He's out of the WBA rankings. The other sanctioning bodies need to make their pronouncement, their statement in due course. But we know with the WBA, he's out of their rankings. He's out. So he's going to have to work his way back up the rankings. Certainly with the WBA, we need the other sanctioning bodies to make their pronouncements. We're waiting on that. But yeah, big boys, he needs to work his way back up. Absolutely. Fireman says, I would approve of him beating his I would approve of AJ beating his ass because he almost cost him his US debut. Yeah. 2 years down the line, I ain't got a problem. But he's got to work his way up totally. Yes, but his ban should be longer. His ban should totally be longer. The geezer says his ban should be longer. I totally agree. I concur. 100%. Tommy Temper will watch it. Tommy Temper's back. Where you been, Tommy? You been eating your dinner? Have you taken a lady out for dinner, Tommy? What's going on? You've been missing, mate. Have you been whining and dining, Tommy? Big boys boxing. I think he needs to prove he's good enough, clean, before he gets a shot. Totally. 100%. He has to prove that. Silly Billy Miller. Yes, left cheek, right cheek. Check out the video. Left cheek, right cheek. You'll understand when you see my last video on Miller. Tommy Temper. I thought he was whining and dining. A good lady. But he had an even better plan. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, I did not write the number one topic. We've gone over time anyway. How many people in the chat? There's 10 people in the chat. I did not write the number one topic. So that means that I thought the number one topic was such a no-brainer. It was so obvious that I didn't need to write it down. You see, I stop at 2. There is no number one. And that's perfectly good. But I think there must have been something on my phone. There must be something on my phone that made me think this is a no-brainer. 10 people in the chat, smack the like button, please. Smash that like button, please. Madison, I know what the number one is. It's obvious to me now. It's pretty obvious to me now. So, AJ came out. This is a quick one now. Still people in the chat. AJ came out and said that don't you guys like Wilder, making me wait longer is only going to be bad for you. It's going to be bad for you because you are just making me better. You're giving me time to make me better. I'm improving. All the time that you're wasting not fighting me, I'm improving. So, my question is to you. Put your answers in the chat, please. My question is, do you think these guys not fighting AJ now is going to prove detrimental to them? Yeah, the like button is the thumbs up. The thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. So, to reiterate, you don't, yeah, I don't see it. No, okay. The thumbs up button. The thumbs up button. So, AJ said, you guys not fighting me. I think he's talking primarily to Wilder. Wilder, you not fighting me is making it worse for you when we do eventually get in the ring. True or false? True or false? This is our final topic before the wrap up. AJ says to Wilder and the like, anyone who falls that category, you delaying fighting me is only making it worse for you. You should have caught me last year or the year before. But instead, you're giving me time. The geezer said, yep, he agrees. Big Boxing boy, Big Boxing is giving someone help with hitting the like button. If you haven't got a mouse, then you touch the screen. If you have got a mouse, then you click over the like and press it, boom, and that's sorted. If you don't have a mouse, then you have it's touch screen, then just touch the screen like Big Boys Boxing said. So, the geezer, yeah, true. The like button is a thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Where's the like button? It's the like button is the thumbs up. Where are we? Where else? Where are we? Jay Cleary. Okay. Jay Cleary, Big Boys. Killing champ. Geezer. Marcus. He's absolutely getting better. He is absolutely getting better. And I think that I concur. This is the wrap up. I concur that this time that they have, the Wilder is spending not making the fight is time not well spent. I don't understand the logic. I've got a couple of theories. I'll share it another time. I've got a couple, matter of fact, that will be a video in itself. Why? Let me just write this down, folks. We're doing the wrap up now. Wrap up shortly. Why? Yeah, these chats, they really help me brainstorm ideas. I get a lot of ideas for videos, a lot of ideas for concepts, thoughts, topics from these chats. Fireman, I agree with AJ. I've been saying this for a while now. The longer they leave it, the bigger the fight will be. So more money in the pot. Not so sure. So you're not Pablo, that's what Pablo said. So Pablo, don't you think that the longer they leave it, there's more money in the pot? Absolutely. But don't you think that the longer they leave it, AJ gets better? Don't you think it becomes a harder fight for Wilder? Do you think, this is the question, do you think it becomes a harder fight for Wilder the longer he leaves it? That's the question. Oh, you want the bedtime story? I can give you a bedtime story, 1 minute bedtime story. I'm going to do the 1 minute bedtime story segment, Pablo. I'm not going to leave people hanging. I'm not going to leave people without the 1 minute bedtime story. That would be rude of me. Hey, it says, as long as Wilder keeps the belt, the offers will increase. Maybe 3 fights away now. Okay. That's A. Blunts. Marcus Larwa says Wilder should have fought him right after the Parker fight. Pablo, yes. Wilder isn't. How many people? Still people in the chat. Right. Smash the like button, folks. Wilder isn't going to fight AJ unless AJ agrees to fight in America and on Showtime, says Marcus. The longer they leave it, the more of a chance Wilder loses before they fight. Well, the more of a chance either can lose. But yeah, I think AJ is more skilled than Wilder now. I think we've got to that stage. Still people in the chat. We're going to wrap this up soon. AJ is getting better every year, but we need to see Wilder or Fury. Yeah, we need to see one of them. Peace, champ. We'll catch the next live show. Yes, fireman. I appreciate your coming. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you being in here. But before I go, I'm gonna have to give you a little 1 minute, the 1 minute story. The 1 minute story. And the 1 minute story is just a story which lasts 1 minute. It doesn't have to be entertaining. It's just something that's happened to me in the day, in the week, in the month, or in the year. And this 1 minute story is about parking. I hate parking dings in my car. They drive me insane. I hate dings in my car. You know the little dings when someone opens the door and they ding your car. I hate that. So it's the 1 minute story before we sign off. The signing off 1 minute bedtime story. So I'm parked up today outside the supermarket. There's a little bit of rain. So I'm waiting in the car. I'm waiting for the rain to subside. I didn't have a hood on. Just had a leather jacket with an open, there was a vest on. Chest was bare. Didn't want to catch his little sniffle. So I'm waiting in the car. And this woman pulls up next to me in the supermarket car parking area. And she pulls up too close. Looks too close. It looks too close. I'm thinking, why has she pulled up so close to me? I parked perfectly in the center of the rectangle designated space for a car. And she's pulled up close to me. So I'm thinking, well, you pulled up so close to me and now you're going to have to get out your car. If I wasn't here, you could just get out and ding my car, but I'm here. And you're going to realize that in a second. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So turns off the engine, about to get out, and then she realizes there's somebody in the next car. She can't ding it. She can't ding the next car. So now, bearing in mind, she's got to be in the late 40s. And her agility has forsaken her. So now she has to kind of do a limbo out of the car. Just do a limbo, and she's trying with all her might not to let her handle touch my car. She wouldn't give up flying you-know-what if I wasn't there. She would have got out and dinged it. She would have got out and dinged my motor. But because I'm there and I'm looking at her steadily, I'm saying, don't let that door touch my car. Then I see a daughter on the other side getting out with crutches. She's getting out. So she needed more space on the other side because her daughter had crutches. But my question to you is this. The car park was not crowded. She could have parked anywhere on the car park she wanted. But instead, she parks right next to another vehicle and fully intends to just open the door, ding it, and carry on when there were open spaces available. So what the hell is it with people? Why did she have to come into a space that was tight in the first place when there were open spaces available? And that, my friends, is your bedtime story. Oh, my Lord. Let me do the final roll call. But, yo, listen, please, don't underestimate my hatred for dings in my car. Oh, my Lord. They don't care. That species do not care about dinging your car. They don't give a flying you-know-what. They don't care. A ding in a car to them is just natural. That's what cars are for, to ding them. Ding them. They don't care. What? Yeah, take a figure of eight. But she wouldn't have needed to take a figure of eight. I'm not even going to go into it because it made my blood kind of not boil, but it did raise my temperature a bit. I just sat there and looked at her. Do the limbo out of a car when there was other spaces available nearby. Drop the injured daughter at the door on the crutches, and then come back and get a space big enough for the injured daughter to get out of the car properly, of which there were ample. There were ample spaces, but no. Idiocy was the order of the day. I can laugh about it now, but I was just glad I was in my car at the time. And I forgot. I almost forgot. Of course, I immediately moved my car somewhere else. Because you know when she's coming back, she's not going to be doing the limbo in the car. It's just going to be ding time. Yeah, they're always overweight. Those are the people who ding your car the most. They've got no agility. They have to get out of the car in a certain way. I watch it. I'm a people watcher. I see that every day. I see people just can't move their bodies and they just open the door and they're looking around to see if anybody's seen them, and I'm steady gazing. I just look shamelessly. I watch people open car doors. It's one of the things I do. I study the way people get out and out of cars. But of course, as soon as she got out of the car and moved off a few feet, I was sitting in the car, turned it on, pulled it back around because it was a good spot when I got there. It was a good spot. And she comes, parks a few centimeters away from me. I just drove around somewhere else. Actually, the next good spot was right behind her. So I moved my car, did a circle, 360, boom, parked up right behind her. Oh, terrible. But anyway, that was my bedtime story. Hey, I'm massive on park gazing. I want to get a camcorder and I want to see what people do around my motor when I'm not there. I'm funny like that. I don't like dings. I'm a dingophobic. I am a dingophobic. So, folks, you asked for a bedtime story. You got your bedtime story. And now it's time for the roll call. Oh, man. I don't even want to go into it. I don't even want, like they have separate gyms. Well, how about separate car parks? Just a social experiment. How about separate car parks? Just try it for a month. See what happens. Ding mania. I'm not angry anymore. I was angry for a second. I wasn't even angry. I was just looking. I know it's regular. I was just glad that I was there to witness it. But like I said, I was still sitting in the car. I just turned the engine on, did a circle, and looking for a good spot. And turns out the perfect spot was right behind her. Okay, folks. This has been Boxing Talk with Raphie. We've gone for 2 hours. Smash the like button. Anybody who hasn't smashed the like button, smash the like button before you leave. I think most people have. If anybody hasn't seen my debate with BFTB, please put that on your list. Go over there, watch that, and enjoy it. I hope the Boom Man recovers. Ice that like. I hope the Boom Man recovers from his encounter with BFTB. That was like car. What does he call it? Car crash TV. That was car crash TV. We spent 2 hours together. It's a long time. I enjoyed it. Let me give the final roll call. Pablo in the house. Ped in the house. Marcus Lawa in the house. AA, Boxing and Blunts, and Bree in the house. The Geezer was in the house. Smash that like button, somebody. The Geezer was in the house. Hey, Boxing and Blunt. Jake Cleary was in the house. Fireman was in the house. He's from England, lives in America now. I think Florida. Fireman was in the house. Who else? Who else? Tommy Temper was in the house. Tommy Temper's stoned. Tommy Temper's stoned. He's enjoying himself tonight. He's fading in and fading out. That's good. The geezer was in the house. Big Boys Boxing was in the house. I think I know where I'm going to find him later. I think I know where he's going to be. Yes, so I think I've covered everybody who has been recently in the house. And Jem J from the Boxing Voice, the Jock Boxing Voice moderator, was in the house. He made himself seen. He's obviously been in here multiple times, but on this occasion, he made himself seen. Yeah, don't worry, Jay. Don't worry, Jem J. You can come in here. You can come in here. You can come in here, my friend. That's all good. That's all good. You was obviously enjoying the show so much you had to make yourself seen. That's appreciated. It's all good over here, bro. Earn with Hearn was in the house. Fireman was in the house. Shiz Biz was in the house. Let's go back to the beginning. Yeah, the geezer, Fireman, Pablo, Earn with Hearn, Big Baby Farmer, Shola Ebo. I think I've covered almost everybody. Okay, guys, Boxing Biz. Boxing Biz says I should turn my light on. Boxing Biz, this is the ambiance I prefer. I like it like this. So hit the like button, Box. Oh, you have. I think you have hit the like button. It's gone up. And the numbers have gone up, guys. It's been a pleasure. I know I've kept you half an hour longer than anticipated. The geezer is still here. I'm still here. Peds is still here. We're all still here because I won't let you go. But you've had your bedtime story. We've had the roll call. Guys, it's been a pleasure. We're going to come back same time on Friday and new topics, new things to talk about it. Peace out. Peace. Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, share. It has been live boxing talk with Raphie. Fridays, 9 p.m. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. UK time. And the specials. Sometimes we have a special on Monday. Boxing talk, live boxing talk with Raphie. And I'm out.